is vile.
Pick some cotton with me. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Fam, this video hit me wrong. And I wanted to just talk about it, just get my feelings out on it. Ruby Bridges just had a birthday. Ruby Bridges is the little girl that desegregated schools as a 6-year-old. James Earl Jones just passed. He's a silent generationer. My dad is the child of sharecroppers. And they sharecropped until they could get off that land. My dad is also a soldier, and I've mentioned that before. Both my parents are. I say all that to say, people who've been through much, them old black folk, y'all know, and many soldiers who've seen too much and have done too much, they don't talk. My dad at 70, going on 71, is just now starting to open up about his childhood. Didn't want to talk about it. No need to talk about it. But what was interesting to him, we've spent a lot of time together this year, traveling between several states. And my little one is the same age as one of his first memories of being a kid, 5. And my dad has talked about this year on repeat how he remembers playing in the cotton field and eating lunch in the cotton field while his mama worked the cotton field and had one of his siblings on her chest, tied to her chest because they were so young. He remembers his oldest sister fixing lunch out in the cotton field. He remembers having to go work the tobacco fields and go pick foods and things when seasonal foods were what we hire immigrants to do now. He remembers having to do that as a child to help the family make ends meet, even when they got off of sharecropping land. Our parents, if you are a Gen Xer like I am, our parents are still with us, whether they talk about it or not, whether they talk about what they had to do to ensure that we didn't have to do what they had to do. I went out and did field work one day in Arkansas. My mom's from Arkansas, my dad's from South Carolina, just to know what the experience was. I didn't go back. My cousin would go out there to get some extra money because you could always get cash on hand. That one day just to experience that was enough for me never to go back. Never to go back. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what we picked that day. I just knew the labor was so hard, I was not interested. The labor was enough of an incentive to make sure that I never had to do that. And I never had to live that life. And the sheer fact that this young lady would put out a mocking video as she's willingly, for whatever reason, doing the labor of our ancestors and to mock their oppression is one of the most vile things I've ever seen. It is. I study part of our history. As some of y'all know, I recommend books all the time about different things. I study our history so I can know the parts that I don't know. But our parents are a living history. If you have parents and you lived in the South and they were on these different farms where they still needed help picking produce, so then produce didn't go bad before the season was over. If your grandma, silent generation, grandma, ever worked a rice paddy or anything of the sort, this is living history. And she's mocking our current ancestors and our current living relatives with a history that's not too far away. That's all I wanted to say. This is very vile. It's very disgusting. I actually did another video earlier today where another young lady is growing cotton. And you can tell that she's on her healing journey as she's growing the cotton. And I found that that's something very beautiful. And I will add this. Cotton is one of those products that's from West Africa, right along with a lot of things that America claims to have. This is the us, sorghum, watermelon, okra, and I can go on and on and on. If you're in the Charleston area, you know about the Bini cookies, sesame seed. I can literally just go on and on. A list of produce that is West African that has been commercialized and colonized. And cotton's one of that. And she mocked it. And she mocked our ancestors. I'm just very disgusted, and that was just so vile.